and I just watched all the money go in, and it was like a few seconds, and it was on like two trades. It was on like minus 240. I was like, brilliant.
How much was
£130.
£430 within a matter of like how many seconds? About 30 seconds.
My fault. I had made the mistake. I hadn't listened properly.
Yeah.
I hadn't done what they'd told me, because I was going to bed, my shoulders were up here. I was so stressed. I was not paying attention, and everybody in our group has said this, you're not paying attention to your real life. They started attacking like badly, like Rianne was threatening to take everyone's businesses down. I'm going to come for you personally.
Hi everyone. So I am so lucky, and we are all so lucky, and I'm going to tell you now, victims of the Vantage Trading scam are just so lucky, because today we have a lady called Lauren, and she has fallen victim to this scam. She's obviously out of it now, and she's come on today because she wants to expose this. She wants to tell you guys, anyone that's thinking of getting involved in this, anyone who's perhaps out there feeling quite alone, like they did something wrong, this isn't the case. She fell victim to this scam. This woman has never been involved in network marketing, multi-level marketing, whatever you want to call it. This is essentially the first time something like this has ever happened to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So she's going to tell her story, essentially, how she got involved, how it happened behind the scenes, and I think that this is going to be so insightful and so incredibly amazing. Maybe amazing's the wrong word. Interesting and useful for everyone to hear. So go for it, Lauren. How did all this begin, and how did it start?
So back in November, well, the last few years I followed your mate Ginger Kate on Instagram. I used to do a lot of her face care routines and things. And then she started with the gold trader.
So your mate Ginger Kate's just a regular influencer. She's just out there. She just does her influencing. How many does she have in her following?
Oh, God, like 400 plus thousand people. We've actually renamed her Not Your Mate Ginger Kate.
And she just did regular, what kind of content? Just sort of any kind of content?
It was good stuff because it was a little bit out there. It was a little bit about like skincare, natural products. So
Yeah.
always using like castor oil and things that weren't going to harm you, taking chemicals out of the equation. So I think for a lot of women my age, like early 40s, that's really important. We're all looking at that stuff or looking at listen after ourselves. So I was sold. One lady from my yoga class introduced me to her page, and we used to, every week at my yoga class, would sit there and discuss like which one of her things we'd made up and make some for each other. Yeah, fun. It was great. She's pretty personable. So I trusted her. Really
Trusted her, yeah.
So when she started talking about the gold trading, it hit the mark because she was saying, it's something you can bring into your normal life.
Yeah.
That you can add additional income in hard times, which everybody wants right now. It's not hard work. Coffee trading, a signal sent to you, so you haven't got to learn the charts. And I thought, fantastic. Like, that sounds a bit of me. I like to try new things. It was a £300 deposit. She then posted a story saying there's a Zoom call with the guy that runs it, Bradley Marchant.
Yep.
And tonight, do you want anyone that wants to join? Join. So I joined. Zoom call.
So essentially, it was painted to you by your mate Ginger Kate that this was anyone could do it. You don't need to know about trading.
So further down the line, she actually said, like, my 5-year-old can do this.
My 5-year-olds
can do it. Yeah.
Right.
She literally said that.
Because this is
my 5-year-old can do it.
Because this is what, like, what's annoying me is obviously since I put that video out, and there's obviously the other page, it's the Fizz Watchdog. You've got these people coming on talking about it's going wrong because people just don't know anything about trading. Like, they've got to learn a bit. And I'm there thinking to myself, well, aren't these IBs introducing brokers, bringing people in on the basis that you don't have to know about trading? You literally just follow these signals. Yeah. And you,
And relentlessly sold that all the way through, that all you need to do is for a few seconds a day type a few numbers into your phone. If you're able to type some numbers into your phone, you can do this.
right.
Because I even remember somebody went on there and said, I have dyslexia, like I can be able to do this. And your mate Ginger K was like, absolutely, I've asked Bradley, he said 100% anyone can do this.
Anyone. So essentially it's been sold to 400 odd thousand people that this is completely fail safe. Anyone can do it. It doesn't matter if you struggle with reading. It doesn't matter if you have problems. It doesn't matter if you're a 5-year-old. Literally anyone can do this. And all you need to do is type some signals in. Did she give you any indication of where these signals were going to come from?
New group.
Bradley's group.
All we know. Yeah, so it's, we did it. I didn't know too much about kind of the system and how it was set up before I got in. And as soon as I got in, as soon as I gave the money, you kind of get wet in the system. You get put on a like automated system on Telegram that Kate had like pre-recorded all these videos.
Okay.
And says like, yeah, this is the next stage, you did it. This is the next stage, do that.
Right.
And a weird thing that happened, what I thought was weird, and eventually when I got to speak to others, they did, was that Kate and Bradley wanted my Vantage number. So Vantage is the broker that you sign up with through them. But I mean, I'm not sure why they would need that. But also all my personal information, like personal.
That's your private data, yeah. They're obviously.
I didn't like that.
That's strange because obviously, like, they're not even any sort of entity to be able to even keep that data safe or secure. So essentially, you've come in now. I mean, you're being put into Bradley's group. You trusted this woman. Anyone can do this. Did she show any sort of like screenshots or evidence of this working?
Yeah. So she was doing it for a little while before she promoted it on social media. And then she was doing screenshots of what she was earning each day. So at that kind, like, the number didn't mean anything for me. I didn't understand what a lot size was.
Yeah.
I didn't understand like how to place a trade. So now when I look back and her lot sizes were like 0.75 and 0.5, those are huge.
That's nearly a whole lot. That's just for anyone, like, obviously I told you guys that on the video when they were doing the micro trades, like the 0.05, it takes 20 people doing a trade at 0.05 to make one lot. So if you can imagine a lot size of 0.75, that's 3 out of 4 quarters. Is it 3/4? That's 3/4 of a lot. So how much would that have been in money?
I mean, depending on your account size, but like SafeGraft is a smaller account. Like we would explain that 0.1, if it moved 10 pips either way. So that would be, for example, say gold was at like 4,376.
Yeah.
And it moved to 4,375. That's 10 pips, which is £10 on a note they have done. Her, that's £75, and that is quite a small movement on the charts.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
So that's interesting because I'm not exactly familiar with this. Obviously, how this works in terms of how much that can look like. So that obviously the chart's moving either way. That's a heck of a lot that it can either wipe out, especially when you know there's 90% losses.
Like on an average day,
Yeah.
you would but they encourage you to put 5 take profits on per trade.
Yeah.
Now, there's some group in their group that plays like 35 trades or more a day.
Yeah. Bloody hell. Per person. It's like, well, per oh my God. Because I was doing it on my video. I was basing it on them getting to them to do like 10.
No, so I'm saying, like, I was discussing it with the girls in the break yesterday, and we think on average we were putting 50 like lots on a day each.
50 each. 50 lots each.
Yeah. And it makes me feel sick. I literally feel sick when I think that I fell for that. And when they're like, go back in, feel like
Going, don't. Oh. How much was that costing?
we're just gonna do this.
Oh, yeah, but it is a revenge trade. Like, how much was that? So just to stop me, like, if you guys remember on my video, I was saying if they were doing 10 of those micro trades a day, because I never imagined that much. If they were doing 10 of those micro trades a day, and say, for example, somebody had recruited 100 people, that would work out about 50 lots. Or doing the micro ones. But that you were doing each.
Right. Yeah.
50 lots each.
Kate's trading group. I don't know how many actually signed up, but on a YNGK Telegrams group
Yeah.
is 8,500 people. When I know.
8. So on Ginger Kate has got in her own group of people that she's going to recruit into this 8,000 people. She's got 8,000. Oh my God. And you guys, because you guys were paying them per day, sorry to interrupt, per day, if you were each individually doing 50 lots, that was like 300 odd pounds from each one of you. Oh my Jesus.
Horrendous. That's why she got to go to Dubai and Bali.
Of course.
That's how online trying to recruit people in Australia and Canada to sign up. So she's like broadening the spectrum.
Well, I can, but I can only imagine. I mean, like, just to, so Lauren is in a group and you're just sort of one intake. You're just kind of one intake from Ginger Kate's people. And there's how many? There's over 100 of you in one group alone. And they've all lost money. They're all in different varying amounts and they've all lost. And they've formed this now separate group of essentially, it's essentially a victims group. And just in this one intake alone, over 100 of these women, most of whom are mothers, I presume.
Yeah, absolutely. A completely intelligent, lovely, kind women that have families that are just trying to bring some extra money into their homes because how at the moment.
And I guess you've all been brought in from Ginger Kate, so this is not anyone with a background in no one with a background in network marketing. Essentially, these are just random people from all different walks of life, aren't you? Like different walks of life that have followed this influencer who's got 400,000 followers, no network marketing, no previous anything, and they've got involved with this because I trusted her, and they're now in the hundreds of the victims, and this is just one group. And again, I think we mentioned it, people on universal credit in there.
There's loads. There's a few in my group that said I put in £300 out of my universal credit because it was almost a promise. Like by the way they were selling it, promise that like this money is going to come back to you 10 years. So people were thinking, you know what? If I put this little bit forward, I'm going to be all right, man. And my family are going to be in a much better position. And that's like, I can do this to help them. It never ever went that way. And the whole easy sell was nothing like it. Like the amount of times I got stuck in horrendous trades. One time, one of the guys he put us on a live trade like on a live.
So his name is Ish. Sorry, his name is Ish. Do you know any? Do you know any more about him? Do you just Ish?
Yeah, no, I know about him. He's um he kind of came in along the path. So I joined mid-November. I reckon I was introduced to him like early December. He is living in Dubai and he works close to another guy called James, who is another trader, and they do more of the scouting group because there's different groups. So you kind of have to get permission to join each group. But what happens is every day everybody mostly losing money. But as soon as you dip below the £300, they say you can't go in the group to trade unless you top your account.
Okay, so oh my god, right. So they're on in there doing the signals. You're literally getting the signals. So right, explain if you could just do that. You're in the group. How does this work? They send a signal. Is this in Telegram? And it's just what does that look like? What do these signals look like?
So they, yeah, it's in Telegram. And it comes across and it says buy now or sell now.
Yeah.
And gold at, it says like 4386 to 4380.
Yeah.
So you're kind of buying between
Yeah.
margin of numbers. And then it says like TP, which is take profit. So
Yeah.
TP1, TP2, da da da. So in the tap to trade group, which is run by Rian, there'll be 5 TPs. In the dolphin group, there was like 7, 8, 9 TPs to take. So that's like encouraging you to and put all those lots
Yeah.
to take because they expect you to take each key P. It's funny. Yeah, I think I've said to you just before is they mix the signal because they say that's what you do is follow exactly what we say on the copper signal and you won't go wrong.
Right.
Copper signal is place 5 blocks like this.
Yeah.
And then when you go into them, we say, well, I did that and I lost a load of money. The support person, and they say, well, you didn't have to play them trade. You should have just put 1 on. You said put 5.
That's what the guy said. Blame them. Just be like, well, you made a bad decision. That's going to be the answer. It's your decision to do that. Well, you put that many on, and it's like, what? How gaslighting is that though? It's like pure gaslighting. You've just been constant. I right because that's what scammers do. And you're there, and you've just literally So the trade comes in on Telegram. So right,
Yeah,
buy. So
5 VP. Hey, put a stop loss on here.
yeah,
So put it on. And like, I'm not exaggerating that a lot of the time, I don't know how to read a chart because I signed up to copy trading not to read a chart. But I was looking at the chart then, that looks like it's going up or it's going to go up. And then and then they'll say sold. And I was thinking in my head, why? You must know more than me.
Let me just explain what buy and sell means to people, right? So when they think that the chart is going to go up, so profits, they'll say buy, and then you buy, and it goes up, and then you make a profit. When they say sell, this is what's if you think of the big shorts, it's short selling. It's when you're betting against the market. When you think the price is going to go down, that's when you sell. You're shorting on it. So buy is when they think it's going to go up. Sell is when they think it's go down. And what Lauren is saying is like they'd give like she would see the chart like I guess you were kind of getting a bit familiar with them without probably realizing because you had looked at them. And Lauren would see the chart and be like, oh, that looks like it's going up. And then I guess you'd get a random signal that would be like, sell. And that means that they think the chart's going to go down. And yeah, I guess you'd be like, well, what? And would it,
That happened a lot. And like one day he did it and I'd been out all day, so I'd missed all the trading. And I felt a bit like FOMO. And when I eventually got in about 5 p.m, he said, buy now. And I thought, I have one day today. So I went on and I literally pressed buy a couple of times because I was still a bit of a wimp with it. I wasn't being over the top. So I was pressing buy on a 0.02 big lot for
You're not being wimpy. You're just being cautious. You're like, you've already lost some money, and it's like, okay, are you sure? Are you sure?
this chart went down. The walls fell. It just flew. And I just watched all the money go in. And it was like a few seconds and it was on like two trades. It was on like minus 240. I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And then he touched it, buy now, buy again to a lower.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he can catch it at the bottom and go back up. I didn't buy again because I didn't have the money to, but I thought I was going to go back up. So, okay, I might be okay. I'll come out at a better point. Didn't go back up. It shot down again. My whole account just wiped out. Like I would say I walked in my front door within 30 seconds. Everything was got from it.
How much was
£130.
£430 within a matter of like how many seconds? About 30 seconds. So in
As she said, buy now 3 times.
so
Never have it.
Lauren is doing exactly what she's been told to do. She's going to follow a signal. She's doing exactly what they've said. It's shot down. They've said it again. Buy. So what they're saying when they say buy is that it's supposed to go like this. But they're saying buy, but it's actually going like this. They're saying buy again, and it doesn't go back up like it carries on going down. They say buy again, which means it's supposed to go up, but it carries on going down. And Lauren's entire account of what, 450 or £450?
420.
420. Just gone.
Actually helped them because then if we crash out, they expect us to then reinvest in another £300 in. Yeah.
So 420, thank God. But so £420 has wiped out in 30 seconds. So these signals that are supposed to be coming from these expert traders who just know exactly what they're doing, they don't. And this is the thing I've been saying to people in the comments on Watchdog, mainly on Watchdog, is that they're trying to make a joke out of it, the IBs, of like saying, look, it's an AI when and it's just a picture of some bloke. And my whole thing is, do you even know who that man is? I mean, do you know his full name? Do you know where he gets the signals from?
All the time. They did this for a while. They kept posting things about that Kirsten LaBelle on Instagram. She kept posting herself in Marbella doing all these things and everyone says I'm doing a scam. And I was like, what?
You are doing a scam. Yeah, they know that they're doing a scam. But what I'm saying is these random blokes, they're not regulated. They have no rights, no lawful right to be giving out signals, and they don't have a clue about the market. They're just basically saying random buy now at this or sell now at this. They don't have any idea what's going to happen to those charts because nobody does, because it's so volatile, right? And you told me, I say it's a funny thing, probably quite a meaningful thing, that you got drunk one night and go for it.
I'll tell you. Yeah, they're in Vegas and the trading was on and I thought I had a lot to drink and I thought, oh, sod it, I'm going to post and trade. So I thought, no, I couldn't even remember doing it at the time. And I went to sleep and I kind of woke up about 3 a.m. and I thought, oh, crap, I have traded last night. What have I done? So I look on like the MetaTrader 5 and I'd earned like £150, which I never. So now I've got to keep better on my own.
So Lauren's literally got off a face, can't even remember, just like kind of remembers that she did a few trades. She's gone in on her phone, like when she's sobered up, and she's made better choices. Her in her drunk state has made better choices on trading than the so-called trading experts that are giving out the signals. She's made better choices. That tells you everything.
traders. Like they was really shady about the traders. They wouldn't tell us who would send it. We used to ask who's sending the signals in this group, and they wouldn't tell us.
It was them just making it up. I think they were just making it up.
I went on Instagram and TikTok and saw some other trading pages, because obviously once you start talking about trading and you're picking it off, it started to come your algorithms. So like things would come up on my search as I was like through. And we found some other trading groups that were to do with us or Bradley March's group, and their results of the day were like exact copies of what our the trade go win the loft is. So I don't even know if they've got a trader. I don't even know if they're just picking signals up off of like the internet.
But
The lag.
the thing is, the way I'm thinking about it, right? Look at it this way. If they've got no traders and they're just random people making up trades, then they're going to look similar to all of the other groups, because all of the other groups have also just got random people saying it. So it's going to look like similar statistics. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's literally just Bradley and Reed, I mean, I'm not saying it is, I'm just saying.
I know they don't trade. They're not trade.
They don't. It was confirmed. None of the IBs are doing the trading. They keep swearing blind that they are, but they're not. They are not. It was already confirmed.
Because Rianne, she claims that she was like a girl trader for years before she started it, but I can't see it.
She was an MLM.
That's who wasn't. Yeah, exactly.
She's in multi-level marketing.
Same time.
She wasn't. She just jumped into this. She jumped into this with that Bradley. He's ex MLM too. I'll tell you another funny thing that when you said so anyone, a lot of, like, obviously a lot of the people that will watch this were in multi-level marketing. They were victims of pyramid schemes basically, and they're very used to getting involved with a pyramid scheme, and suddenly they have to go on calls, mindset lives, and this is like part and parcel of being in it, the mindset lives. But you said to me about how they would make you do mindset lives, and you've had no experience in this, and you're kind of like, why are we on a mindset live?
Yeah.
Not understanding.
He wasn't very good at it. He wasn't very good at it, because I've spent my whole life doing things to do with mindset, like we're teaching yoga for like 25 years and whatever, and so he would quote all this stuff, and it didn't really make any sense. And he was personally trained by Bob Proctor for years, like 6-7 years or something. No, what it was he was just manipulating us, and unless it was all our faults, he would turn all the talks off of the screen if anybody commented. He just switch it off or shut off people out of the group.
So no one's allowed to say anything negative.
So when I signed up with Ginger Kate, she had a group chat on, I think it was on Patreon, and she made a trading section. So when I first signed up, I was like, oh, this is good, because I could talk to other people that are doing it and like understand what to do more. And then I reckon I was in that group for 2 days, and then she closed it down. She made up some excuse that I'm closing it down.
Because people were communicating. Yeah.
2 months later, she, on a Instagram message, she accused Bradley's team of closing it down. It was nothing to do with her. Bradley took over all her accounts. But she had like a hissy fit on there before she closed it down, and said someone had written a message saying, you should be like careful of how you promote this to people. You can see she did it there. And then she just closed it all. So nobody had anyone to talk to. So you imagine, I spent 2 months trading, losing a lot of money, being told a mindset call several times a week. My fault. I had made the mistakes. I hadn't listened for a few. I hadn't done what they'd told me. I needed to wait until I learned. They lost hundreds of thousands before they were profitable. So I just had to wait.
But that wasn't how it was sold to you. Like, it wasn't sold to you and you got involved in this of like, you might lose anything. You're not going to lose anything. This is easy. A child can do this. You're just going to make as many just putting these screenshots to be like, oh my God, look. And now suddenly you're in mindset lives being told this is your fault, actually. You're not doing what you're told. We're just out here. We're just really great and we're just trying to help you. And do you know what? Like, if Rome wasn't built in a day, we lost hundreds of thousands. No, they didn't. They've never traded.
They didn't, 'cause they weren't trading.
They've never traded. I might have traded for 5 minutes and then probably lost their money immediately and realised that it wasn't for them and instead they're going to bring people into it. That's all I can think.
Hunted the money. I mean, if you've done that network marketing thing, which I now have an understanding of, but didn't when I signed up, that they've eaten up the money, haven't they? And so Ginger Kate, for the first couple of months I was signed up, she purely posted like massive win days for everybody. So I felt like an absolute failure. So she kept posting £500 before they've got out of bed, £500 on the school run. And I'm like,
It's nice. They're all saying this crap. Where are these people? What they do in network marketing. And I think, to be honest, I'm now just realizing that this is not a network marketing thing. This is just a scam thing. And they have it all in common because this is just a thing of scams to obviously show, look, to draw people into it. Look, this is what you could be making. Because in network marketing, what they do is like they do shout outs where they'll post one of the reps' pictures and they'll say, oh my God, she's earning this now and she's at this percentage and oh, she's had a pay rise. You know, this could be you. Look, you do this off your phone. It's all the same thing. It's about how it's going to be just so easy. You can do it off your own. And before you know it, you're thousands of pounds down. And 99% of people lose money in network marketing. 99%. It's only the top 1%. So it's the same tactics here. They're sucking people in by showing this. And I've seen a couple of these people sucking people in, I guess like her. And they say, look, my beautiful client earned £350 before the school run. And she'll post the pictures and put these more pictures. But you don't see the beautiful client in the comments ever confirming that it was her. Oh, that was me. Oh, thanks for posting about me. I'm so excited.
one day that woman that was earning all this money on school runs was meant to do a live for us on Instagram to show us how to trade, because we all messaging dead. And she showed us what we're doing wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you got a trader. And she promised for a week, and then it just went, nothing was ever done, nothing was ever mentioned again. Yeah. And then I found other. So what happened was there was this girl that followed Kate. She was posting realistic shots and what she was actually losing, like winning sometimes. So I started following her and I was like, this is a bit more like me. This is
The real ones.
and ready to use summer frogs. Yeah, real pattern.
She's losing all her money.
I felt normal because I was honestly talking to my friends going, am I crazy? Like, is this me? I thought I was intelligent. How am I not getting it? Because I've never been in a scam. So I didn't understand all this stuff and how someone could lure you. And I've just had people like that around me in life. Thank God. So then this girl said, I've had a lot of you messaging me privately and saying like that this is a breath fresh air. I'm able to talk to people, that see somebody that understands. Said like, and a lot of us had asked her like, is there any way you can just set up a group so that we can maybe like we can understand and speak to other people to understand the situation from women. So this girl just brought up like there was nothing in it for her. She wasn't like running a group, and set this group up. We were able to all go in there. There's like over 100 of us. And we'd be able to talk and just go, what did you do?
Finally.
How much did you put on? Yeah, the simple things. It was just like, what's your lot size? How long are you fanning? What TP are you aiming for? Are you putting the SL here? Like things that we'd all had in our head for months. Like we were frazzled. And it was lovely. It was so nice. Um, and then they got wind of it, Kate and Bradley,
Oh no.
Rianne.
Can't have you able to communicate. How dare you?
They put a mole in the groove.
Always.
And then Kate and Rianne were posting videos on Instagram that the mole had sent them of scrolling around messages, all that personal shit. Like, what is
Always a mole.
about personal life?
There's always a mole.
Then they started attacking like badly. Like Rianne was threatening to take everyone's businesses down. I'm gonna come for you personally. Don't stop with me. You don't know who you're like knocks into. Wrong person. Um, she exposed them private things about some of the girls in the group. Like it was really it was really horrible, and a lot of the women in there were really upset. It was really
Well, that's pure harassment. That's harassment. But can you see, like, imagine how terrifying if you'd have given her your number so she'd have been able to get all of your, like, data. How terrifying would that
We
be?
have our numbers and our email addresses. So they block all of it,
Yeah.
of their social media, but they have our phone numbers and our email addresses from the Vantage number that they took at the beginning.
Yeah. Oh my God.
All our information, so that they can do anything. But they really were gunning for these women. They was like, "We're going to take your businesses down." Like for me, I'm like, I have like my own thing. Like that doesn't me. Like, I'm not really like Wally.
You're quite a strong person. I mean, you're obviously like a very strong woman.
So not all of them were.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you're like you are now, people will see you. But there are some very inoffensive women in there who are not out there trying to be these, people. They're literally doing their own little Etsy shops, is it? Doing like, they've got little Etsy. Yeah.
Some had like Etsy shop, and like people just had businesses that people could affect us.
Yeah.
Like,
But they will go for your business when they're harassing people. When people are trying to harass another person, I mean, I've had all like pages made about me where they called my husband a criminal and said all this grotesque stuff about me, just to harass, just to silence you, just to intimidate and silence you. I mean, defamation. The what, sorry? Yeah, I know it did me. Oh my God. Yeah, it does me. It does me. I retaliate like big time. But like there are people out there that aren't this way inclined and they don't need to be this way inclined. They're just trying to like have their life, have their business. They've got involved in this trading thing because they were told just follow signals by somebody they trusted. Having seen screenshots about people having made like several £100s on a morning or within a short space of time, they believe the people. Why would you lie to me? And I do want to like stress, and I think I said it to you, like the whole thing of like people feeling like how did I fall for something? I'll tell you how you fell for it, and it's got nothing to do with intelligence or anything else. If you're not surrounded by scummy people, if in your life you're not surrounded by scummy people, if you weren't raised with necessarily scummy people, right, scummy people, and you're in yourself a kind and trustworthy person, it doesn't even enter a brain that there are people out there that would have such unscrupulous bad intentions against you. That doesn't even enter a normal person's brain who isn't used to this and doesn't have these people around them. So there is not going to be a point in time when you're going to suddenly think, "Oh my God, am I being scammed? Is Ginger Kate just lying and scamming me?" That's not going to happen until all your money's gone. And I do think I use the example, you could get somebody with a very low intelligence level, but if they knew people and they were hung around or had people around that were scummy types of people, they'd spot it immediately because they'd know what they were looking at, even somebody with a low intelligence. It's got nothing to do with intelligence level, naivety, anything else, and it's got everything to do with who you are. And if you're a trusting person and a kind person, you're very likely not going to see it until it's too late. And that's just the reality,
and just sectioned off because they didn't let us talk to each other.
Oh, isolation has to.
No soundboard, yeah. We've not got anybody to go, did you get what they?
Yeah.
Did you get that? And what they used to do was, um, after at the end of the trading day, they'd swipe all of the signals off of the screen, so you could never go down. Oh, I won't allow to take screenshot. They swipe all of things they're tight. So you
It's go. It's because it's illegal what they're doing. It's all criminal.
they'd say, we hit this, we hit these amount of winning trays, and you'd be like, no, I hit a stop loss 3 times, but then like they didn't. No.
No, you weren't actually. Actually, where's all my money you got? You weren't. Gaslighting is pure manipulation and gaslighting, and it's another one to keep you isolated, to make you feel like you're the actually only one. If you're losing money, then it's something wrong with you because everyone else in here is making money. It's working for everyone else, Lauren. Why isn't it working for you? Or did you ever think you were the problem? Did you ever think it might just be you doing something wrong? And then that's how they need to keep you. They can't have you communicating with absolutely anybody else because you might say to somebody like, "Oh my God, I've been losing all my money," and they might say back to you like, "Oh my God, I've been losing all my money too." And then the second there's two,
Hey, couldn't you put some more realistic screenshot on where you show that some of us have lost because we sent them to you, but you only post the winning ones? She said, I can't read all of my Instagram history. I only get what I get.
it proves what she's doing. I suggested, I think, on one of the comments I left in one of the comments feeds on I think on the Watchdog page, I said, how about you do a live where you're showing, even if it's on a demo account, you're showing in real time an hour where you get a signal, make the trade, and let's see how that goes. Do that, prove it. Even if it's on a demo account, prove that you're going to prove to everybody, if you're an IB, that you're going to do that. The signal, here's the signal, it's just come in. Now I'm going to make this trade. Oh my God, look, I won. Just do that for an hour.
We asked her to do loads for like a long time, and she just never would make the video. But then she did this whole thing where she said, "Oh, I need a social media detox. I'm going to Dubai for a month. I'm not answering anybody." And I thought it was just about the time when shit hit the fan, and we got our group together and we started to fuck it out.
Yeah.
So she's very much like she'll cause the chaos. She'll take the money and then she hike. And she won't talk to anybody, and she won't. Apart from one point when she said, "I want to get in your group," and we said, "You can't come in the group. There's a lot of personal conversations that have gone on in there. So we'll set up a separate group, and we'll talk to you in there." And so that I'm not joining no fuck it, like the swearing, insulting, like. What do you think I am? I want to sit so you lot
I'd be in the real group. Slagging me off behind my back. Yeah, like completely paranoid about what you're saying because she knew what she was doing. She knew full well what she was doing. She doesn't have any right. She has no right. I want to so it was Ginger Cat. So you were all doing 50 lots. Is that correct? So how many of you were doing about 50 lots a day? Do you remember you said 50 lots a day?
100.
100.
Okay, well, so the reach from like this other girl's Instagram that cooks this up was only 100. Then there was one girl that was in our group that also had another group that was 100 people too. So what we thought was there must be loads of us.
So
In small fish.
that would be about 5,000 lots a day, right? Times that by 8, that would be £40,000. Now, she's probably got to share a bit of that with Bradley and Ree, if that's the kind of.
But easily get like $4, and they.
Well, no, she'd get the majority. If they were, if you were hers, she would get the majority, and they would almost like get a commission from her majority because you were her direct traders. They would just get say for example, they had let's take out 25%. Even if they just got 25% of that between them, she would still have been making 30 grand a day. And we heard what you said about putting money in Dubai. I'm sorry, I don't know for a fact. I'm not going to say, oh, I bet she was putting that in Dubai, but I honestly believe, my honest opinion, going by what he said to me on the phone, the advice he was giving me on the phone about getting it all in Dubai where you'll pay zero tax, the fact that she's going to Dubai from it, the fact that it was such an extremely high amount of money per day, per weekday, £30,000, I believe, honest opinion, that she was dodging tax with that. I do. If I'm wrong on that, I'll publicly apologise and I will retract that statement. But I believe that that's what was going on. 100%.
Vantage market person was saying to you that you could just go to Dubai and then you can set up a business there,
Yeah.
and put all your money there. And two of the other traders I already know live there. The connections are there, aren't they?
It's a no-brainer. Of course, they're all doing it. They all know exactly what to do. But that's tax evasion at the end of the day. She's not allowed to evade tax. She's earning that money in the United Kingdom. She lives in the United Kingdom. And what she's going to put on paper, if she is, you know?
Yeah.
You men.
Yeah, but that's doing everyone over in the country again, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. They don't care. Money's so corrupting. Now, and I don't know what sort of a person she was before she got involved in all of this. Maybe she genuinely was the person you guys thought she was. Possibly such large amounts of money have ruined her. Who even knows? But the fact remains, she knew you were all losing money whilst she was making eye-watering amounts of money every day off your losses. Off every single one of you having didn't care. Did not care. Didn't care.
And help. Yeah.
And the reality is, in my view, with a following as big as hers, could have been monetized in so many legitimate ways, probably not as lucratively. But sister, how do you sleep at night? I think they sleep at night very well. I don't think they care. I don't have guilt.
Right. So that's the example you're setting for 4 kids. Like, morally, like you say, you could have earned your money. Apparently, she'd earned a fortune from trading. Like, why does she need her?
Exactly. Well, that's exactly it. Why the hell would you risk no one's. I've yet to hear and see the evidence, let's say, of all this traders earning so much money. No, they're not. Everybody that has come on, I have not. There's been one nutty woman that's connected. This elderly woman, I'm just earning. First she says she earns 150, then it's 200. Let's see the screenshots. Everyone else in the comments, one lady, £500 loss, gone. Just gone. It's gone. Everyone.
You can easily fake, like, either on a demo account, or you can just fake a page of what you took that day anyway. So, like, what they're posting means nothing to anybody who really does it, unless you're going to show me you trading live and good money. Believe it.
Or what I suggested, if their signals are so great, right? Why wouldn't they say to people, our signals are so great, we trust our signals so much. Why don't you come in our group for 1 day, 2 days on a demo account, see how you go on a demo to see first if these are legit. Yeah, of course you are. But they could, if they really believed in these signals, they would have they'd be advising everybody, come on in, 2 days on a demo account. You give us 2 days on a demo account with money that's not really yours, and you'll see on your own demo accounts how much money you're making. Then you'll want to put real money in, but they don't. It's real money straight away.
Bradley Marcham, he was adamant. There's no demo account. It won't help you. So you don't want niche to do a demo account. Well, because it won't help him because it's not lining his pockets. So that was all him from the get-go. No, we don't want you shouldn't use a demo. You should just get involved. And like, I was thinking, I can never press a button on screens
like this.
Shouldn't I press that button? That's my real money. That's this on a really highly volatile thing. Like, oh,
yes, it's completely volatile. It's just, it can go either way. It can literally be. know that legit traders would even go on these things. I mean, they talk about things like the volatile markets, like cryptocurrencies, things that like when traders have got like millions, that they could just have a bit of a play with. It's like it's a bit of a game for them, that they've got a little amount of money that they know that they may lose, but let's have a punt. This isn't for people with £300 from Universal Credit, for F's sake.
Everything habit to lose. It's really sticking in. Do you know what? That some of the stories that I saw, like I cried when I read them because I thought you're disgusting.
What
You're
happened?
still doing this. It's just people have like gone in, put this money in. They've lost this money. They don't have the money to put in. They might have got it from like being left it by a dead relative, got it from Universal Credit, got it, and they're hiding it from their partner because they're just trying to make a change in their lives. That they say was intuitively a bit scared of the situation, but like desperate, right?
Yeah.
It's a hard time. And honestly, like I read them, and then there's people in there coming in there like every day. Even today, there's a few girls that are still trading, not because they want to be, but because they're trying to get back their deposit that they put in, so that they can just walk away. They're not walking away. They're dead another day. We're never walking away with that money. I cannot get it back.
No, it's never coming back. It's worse than gambling. I was saying to my husband just before, like, with gambling, if you walk up to a roulette wheel, say, and you go like put your money on black, you've got a 50-50 chance of winning. With this, it's a 90% close on a loss. 90%. And also, not only that, but like with gambling, when because there's so much education around gambling, if you walk into a casino, listen, the house always wins. You got to quit while you're ahead. So if you walk into a casino and you might lose a bit, but then you'll have a win and you'll like make more than what you walked in with. That's enough sometimes to be quit while you're ahead. Quit. I'll take this now and I'm going to go. But because this is marketed as some sort of legit thing, this trading, people haven't got this education around it of quit while you're ahead, because that is gambling, and you can't turn around to people and make them aware that they're basically just gambling. So they haven't got that education that people have if they're going to go and actually do straight up gambling. So whereas a lot of people might get, like a win, you might go like get really lucky and have a big win and your account explodes. If they had that education, saw it as gambling, that might be the point at which they go like, oh, take this and go, like, oh bloody hell, I got lucky today. But they won't. Like he said on the call, they're just going to tip it back in again and tip it back in again. Those wins are almost a bad thing, because it's almost better if they just lost, because then they would just realize, oh my God, I just keep losing. Yeah, I just lost everything. But because they'll like have a win sometimes, I might get more, you know?
Oh, I know. They said once when I first was on there, say about the beginning of December, they said, I think it was Ish on a call. Yeah, it was. And he says, if every day you went on there and you put a trade on, every time signal come through, you put a trade on and you just set it for TP1 and stop loss, and you did that for every trade then for a whole month, there's no way that you couldn't earn 2 grand a month. It's foolproof. That's the system. Well, I tried that then. That didn't work. Then when I said, well, that doesn't work because of blah, 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 like and then he'd say, you need to manage your trade. And I said, you literally called it, it was called something and forget. I can't think of what the word was. This is beautifully labelled as place to trade and forget you placed it, walk away. Like, because I said, like, I feel like I'm spending all day looking at this. I was going to bed, my shoulders are up here. I was so stressed. I was not paying attention. And everybody in our group said this, you're not paying attention to your real life. So stressed out. If you get stuck in a bad trade and it's flying down and you've got all reds on that screen, because he's sitting there for 3 hours trying to wait for it to go back up.
And it's just dominating your every waking minute, and you're stressed about it, and you're going to bed and it's just constantly in your mind. So it's basically just, yeah. I was gonna say it's basically just yeah. I was gonna say so it's basically just consuming your whole mind 24/7. Yeah.
No, he really was. One night he did a live call and he said, "We're gonna make some big money, Chef, tonight. I'm gonna do a live trade and we're all gonna walk away with a big dollar." And I was like, I'm taking to a trade with the trader. You're gonna show me what to do. Oh my God. And about the first time it happened, I was like,
With the trader.
I've been like cleaning exactly. I was cleaning the shower, was a call on the died, and I was like, quick, up that, get the phone. And then he's like, right, go in now. So I was like, he's with it. So like we should be good. So put like 3 lot sizes on. Again, not a high amount, but extra ones on. I can tell you, like, he stayed on that call for about another 50 minutes. That so say he said a buy at this point,
Yeah.
it just went down. It never went above the buy point. There never was in a positive that I could get out of the trade
Yeah.
at any point. And then at the end of the 50 minutes, you went, okay, guys, have a good night.
So you'd all just basically lost money with the real trade.
Hey, I'm fine. So I went to bed, and I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And like, because what happens is they change what they say. So they'll say, if the trade goes wrong, they'll say we should have had a stop loss. But then, like, I've got 5 videos of Rianne saying, I don't place a stop loss. You could do what you want, but I don't place the stop loss. Or I've got texts where she'll go on the group chat and she'll say, who listed their stop loss? And then people will like it because you're not allowed to actually comment. You have to send an emoji, and you're only allowed to send positive emojis. They're banned. They've blocked all negative emojis on the group chat. And I should though, people would like it, and then she'd go, well, I don't want to encourage you, but well done, guys. You rolled the chart today. And so she's encouraging it.
Of course.
So there's only differing dishes one, like around here. So I didn't know what to do. I was like brand new. I saw that this guy was letting us through this trade. Anyway, he pissed off, and then I went to bed and I'd set a stop loss, and I just thought I just hope for the bloody best. And I woke up in the middle of the night and I'd lost like £300. My shoulders are up here. I don't know what it's like to do crack, but I felt like I'd been on crack. You know, like when your whole body was like fit. I would see food like clay in pieces.
Oh my God. That's horrendous. Don't because
I wasn't
no, you wouldn't. And this is still happening to people right now. Like there's people that are gonna be like this tonight that have been brought into this. And they're still brainwashed into thinking that this is actually real, it's legit, and actually it's just them doing it wrong, and they've just got to try a bit harder and just follow the signals. And oh my God, did you put a stop? You do know you're supposed to put a stop loss, don't you? And then the next thing it's like, you do, well done for not putting a stop loss. It's
one penny on that waterfall.
yeah.
5,000.
What? What the one you lost when you lost 300, she lost 5,000.
Yeah, 5,000.
Because did you see?
The time I lost the 420, do you remember I told you?
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
When he said buy,
And it went like that. She lost 5%. Oh my God. Because
there were only 100 people. I have a potential 8,500.
and they've only just started. I think that this bringing women into this is quite recent, isn't it? I mean, this has been going for years, but mainly it's been men that this has been happening to. It's only come on my radar this year. They seem to have started on women this year, and
Hate following.
well, yeah, and Rianne. So Rianne has gone around all of the leaders from multi-level marketing as well. I know a leader speaking to her in my inbox. She was a big leader in FM World. She turned her down. She said she came to me. She asked me. So she's gone around all of them. Anyone who she thinks has got a following, she's tried to suck them in. And of course, Kate's amazing. But if you're in that, I mean, you think only a teeny percentage of Kate's 400,000 got involved. when she's going to these leaders for multi-level marketing, they're getting, you're talking perhaps 60% of their people are just following them blindly into it. So there's thousands of people.
So when like Bradley did all his like affiliate get-together in Marbella, aisle. So
Look at us. Oh my
Uh,
God.
yeah, look at me. One time he posted that he'd got a private get a coffee in the morning.
What a dickhead. Oh my God, what an absolute dickhead. Yeah, but he could afford to because of all the money he's stealing off everyone, scamming.
Yeah. Yeah, so when he did those events and they all tag each other, the marketing, right? So I went in and looked at all of their accounts, and in my head at that point, I was like, "Oh, put the people together. Like this doesn't make sense. Some of them only had like 1,000 followers on social media. So what you've said now, it's just made that all make sense."
Anyone who can suck in, yeah, anyone who can suck someone in is going to do. And if they've been in network marketing, they've already got people who are just already in this kind of like mindset of self-blame. Already need money, single mothers, people with disabilities that are desperate for money, and trust these people. And they'll follow them blindly into it. So it's absolutely perfect for them. And it's like you said, I just keep thinking, I know that the manosphere does loads of this, and I just think, you know how men don't tell anyone when stuff like this has happened because how many, like, because obviously women are all going to just like find out and just start going around saying about it and like getting like spreading the word because it's what women do. Like we go around and we're like, did that happen to you? If you can, the second you're able. But how many, I'm sort of like thinking potentially millions of men have wiped out savings in this. It's been going years. It's been going years. How many husbands have wiped out savings accounts? How many people
Care.
they don't care?
These people are nothing to them. Nothing. So they're just an amount of money that will come and then they'll throw them away when they're finished with their account or they've got
Of course, they've got nothing left to give. But the thing is, my view is, these men, I don't know if there's anyone involved above Bradley, but somebody like him, he will, these women who are these lower IBs who are basically sucking the traders in, they're kind of nothing to them either because they're just a resource. As soon as all of their following has been completely exhausted, nobody's got any money left, and their credibility is destroyed, they're going to go off into the sunset and find more to exhaust and plunder.
I don't think they realise that. So all those people, like the Riaz and the Kate, and there's so many of them that think they're so extra special right now. They're just as disposable, and they will be disposed of because
Of course. Of course, that they are completely disposable because these followings will not last forever. Even Ginger Kate's will not last forever. And what
already falling. I've seen she's already lost followers.
well, she will, particularly when this comes out. Not only that, but like the lady that lost the £500 that came in my comments, who'd been in network marketing, she sent me a link to a Sun article. I think I sent it to you, where there's Lauren Goodyear and there's several of these kind of like reality stars, but they're these kind of reality stars. They get a bit desperate for money, and they were all prosecuted. And all they did, they didn't do anything nearly as extreme as what these women are doing. All they did was post like a promo video to get people into some trading thing. They weren't sucking people in and giving signals out. Yeah, and they all got massive fines. But they weren't giving signals out and telling people to trade and sucking people, actually physically getting people in and gaslighting and manipulating. They literally just put like a post on their social media promoting it. And that was enough to get them prosecuted because they said, you are promoting a promoting a financial scheme, you're not regulated, and you had no right to do it. And they probably
all of these have done.
exactly, they didn't
all the screenshots. All
I've taken screenshots too. I've taken screenshots of all their Facebooks. I have.
it will come for them and they'll all crash. Like, this is not ongoing. They think it will be, but it absolutely can't be. I mean, I've claimed the money back now with the bank.
So, sorry to interrupt, how much did you lose in total?
Luckily, only £710 because originally I went in with the 300 and that was going to be it.
Yeah.
There's a little itch that I wanted to scratch. Always thought I'd like to try it. It seemed like it was just a foolproof, easy way to start to get involved in it. And I thought, great, £300, let's go. I mean, within 10 days, I already had to top up to be in another group.
Yeah.
Or I wouldn't be able to trade. And then it just carried on and on and on. But I didn't really keep track. And before I knew it, it was 710. And that was me being really bloody cautious, like really cautious. And so most of the people in my group have lost in the thousands. And yeah, a lot of people has lost in the thousands. And bearing in mind, that's 100 people out of thousands that are out there in these groups. So, I mean, and also, God forbid, there are so many people out there that probably haven't found a community to talk to. They haven't got people to discuss this with. They're on their own.
Yeah, completely isolated.
Why do I keep losing my money?
But this is why this is so important. This is why it's so important you coming on, because you're a victim, and it happens to you, and you're not gonna,
Roll over. Because I won't see the captain to peaceful. I won't let them continue to do this, people. It's not fair.
No,
and it's not gonna.
They need to be prosecuted for this. And the thing is, with the people that did get prosecuted for doing those posts, they likely didn't really know. If we're a bit dumb, they probably didn't realise what they were doing was wrong. These lot do. These lot have been told.
Yeah,
this is
definitely do.
They know. If they didn't know before, they certainly know since the video came out. I put all the links to the legislation in my comments. This is regulated. You're not allowed to do it. It's criminal,
right? But now, of course, some media mocking that as well because they have to play to their audience. Like, you're crazy. She's crazy. Look what she's.
Yeah. It's narcissistic.
It sounds their story.
I've had every single thing by. The scammers always do the same thing. Scammers are always narcissistic. They always are, because normal pro-social people don't do this thing. They don't do this to people. They just don't. They don't. You can't. If you've got if you're normal, if you're like a normal pro-social person, and the majority of people are, you can't do this to people. You don't. It's not physically possible. You can only do this to people if you've got a part of yourself missing. And they're very not. Some of them are probably psychos. Like, no joke, they've probably got that psycho gene in them. But they're definitely. Oh no, absolutely not.
Tread on you to get to where I.
Exactly. So long as yes, so long as to the outside world it looks like they're standing there, that is like they've got this, and I said it in the thing, it's like they've got this great big empty hole inside of them that cannot be filled because they don't have the substance that normal people have inside of them. So they try to, I guess, fill this hole with external validation from random people. Oh, look at me, look how successful I am. Look how successful I am. And it's like, but you don't even have like a soul. Like, what? How can you live like that? And they do all of the coercive control tactics that you'll find in a coercive control relationship. You find them in these scams, like systemic. You see it in multi-level marketing. It's in this. It's your fault.
Oh,
Cults, like, you're crazy.
Really like a cult.
And they'll call you bitter and crazy. You didn't do it right. They'll say that of you. Or like, oh, her, she's always been a pro. She's just angry because she couldn't do it properly. She didn't know what she was doing. She's just angry and bitter. That's what they'll say.
They've said it in light of meetings.
We will.
On the trading support thing, like where every time I messaged them and said like, you just told me to buy now, and then you didn't set any TPs or stop profits for 10 minutes. So I'm just free raining in this trade. And the reason they don't do it is because if it crashes and doesn't hit anything, they left the market down. And they're like, oh, just follow the trade. And I'm like, well, I can't follow the trades that's not on the page. Like, I literally can't do anything.
The goalposts will keep changing. The goalposts will keep changing. It's your fault if you don't. And it's the second you get a lucky win, and it's just a lucky win. It's just a random lucky win because a clock always tells the broken clock always tells the right time twice a day sort of win. It's see, it works. You did it right. You did it right that time, Lauren. You need to just do it like that all the other times.
And they really praised themselves in the group as well when they got a lucky win. Like all these rocket emojis and that. And you're like, what about this freaking
The losses? Yeah. And then everyone's just. So there is currently, just in your group alone, just in the group that you managed to form with other victims, over 100 women, most of whom are children, many of whom are on universal credit, who have lost some hundreds, many thousands, and they don't know what the hell to do. They can't get it back.
to more people to come across so that we can say like, look, we're all out here going to like you can have support. And a few of us would like write on like Ginger K or Rianne posts and they like, if you're struggling with trading, please send me a direct message. Like I could try and help you. Delete all of our comment, block her off of everything. So like they instantly can't communicate with any people or help them or give them a support.
Any support.
Yeah.
I mean, just the fact that you're on here now telling people this will cause so much rage and fury to these people. They will be beside themselves. They won't know what to do. They didn't know what to do when my video came out actually talking to the guy from Vantage. Because this isn't like I found the documentation and I'm just interpreting it for people. This was Vantage Markets themselves describing in detail. And I posted the link to the full unadulterated call. I don't hide anything in the comments feed. The link is there with legislation links to, so you can go and watch the full unadulterated call. He describes in graphic detail how I'm going to deceive people, how I'm going to make money off these people, what I'm going to say to them, it's all your fault. He even says that, how I'm going to fake my life. Everything that they're doing, he told me. He already told me that they were going to. They're not doing the trading.
Your video, it hit home so hard. Like it was like for you that hasn't experienced this to be able to hit the nail so firmly on the head and get everything right. Well, that's the first time I made contact with you. I just texted you and said, thank you so much for putting a voice this, like for what we've been through. And it was traumatic. Like the whole experience. Like, and I'm a risk taker. Like I'll go out and I'll try new things. Like I'm not like I wouldn't sit there and go, oh, I lost like a bit of money and like poor me. I knew what I was walking into. I'm a big girl. I was fine. It was not what was sold in the slightest. It was hell. And it was somebody trying to coerce us into his world and make us think however he wants to think on that day, whatever version of event that he wanted to sell. And I actually felt quite broken when I left. I walked away in February. I didn't do it like myself. And I was like, I'm done. Like, I don't want to be this person. Me.
How long had you been in it in total?
In November, December, January, February, 4 months.
4 months. Wow.
And it was continuous losses, by the way. Like when I got some money, because I could do it. Like I could make money. And then somebody would just set the most ridiculously bad trade, and will just crash.
Just blow a go.
And what I've just spent 3 days making,
Yeah.
be gone. The bag, yeah.
Just wiped out, just like that. I mean, there's a lady who obviously came through to me and I posted a screenshot. She was 12,000. I said to this lady, it makes us the only realistic, I guess, avenue people do have is suing. I mean, there are no win, no fee solicitors out there who deal with fraud and scams, but you'd have to know the identity of them in the United Kingdom. But the thing is, it's like that money, would they even have that money to pay back these scammers? And there'd be that many claimants. I mean, you go in for like group action against them, there'd be that many claimants.
But then it could be a class act, couldn't it?
But it would be. You get a class action, like a group litigation. It's called in this country, but you could take sort of like Bradley and Ree. But there'd be that many hundreds of claimants. Would they even have the money? How much would anyone ultimately get in the end from them? Like, take civil action out. A lot of it as well about getting to the FCA, the Financial Conduct Authority, making reports to action fraud. If there's there's an army of people, an army of women with their rolling pins, stuff happens. That's what I'm saying. Like, I was saying to my husband, like, the biggest mistake these people have made is coming for women. I mean, what were you thinking about? As if you're gonna try this with mums who are trying to feed their kids. How long do you think that's gonna last for? For God's sake. Yeah, you're gonna be all right going around all the men till the end of time, but you're gonna come for women now, and we all gonna talk to one another. And none of us are embarrassed about talking about this kind of thing. None of us are ashamed to go to another woman and go like, oh my God, you think that that's going to be a thing? It's not going to be a thing. It's going to end them now, because how many hundreds, if not thousands of women have been affected by this? It's absolutely disgraceful.
And you know, like I am only one that I went to my bank. I did Action 75.
Yeah.
Because I believe it was fraudulent and a scam.
Yeah, it was. Like, it literally was. It was.
And my bank refunded it. So that's that what this is. We've got so many people now that are doing this. They're going, I'm ready. I'm going to step up and I'm going to get my money back. And I've had enough. And they're going to FCA and they're going to action.
Good.
Like you
Good.
said, strengthening numbers.
Strengthening numbers.
100 will have a massive impact.
Of course.
These things. They will have to pay attention. They have to look at these people.
But I mean, it's all about now, obviously, gathering evidence of signals, who's involved, screenshots off their social media, how these people got you in, and there's strength in numbers. And action fraud, the FCA, you know, if they've got 50 even women going through to them with the same crime, the same people, and the same similar evidence. I mean, look at this. Like, this is what happened to me. They have to do something. This is prolific. I believe this has been going on with men for years. It has been. Who else haven't been going for women for years? So how many male victims are out there that just will keep their gobs shut, that don't talk to one another? They never do they? Because they keep their mouths shut. Well, it is. They don't do that. And they're so embarrassed about stuff like this. So I talk about it. But I'm saying that, like, this scam needs to be, the awareness of this scam needs to be raised now sky high, of these people, these fake screenshots.
There's no shame in it.
No.
Because what we can now do is stand strong. The evidence, like I said, I've got so much evidence. You've got so much evidence. Girls in my group have got so much. I'm sure everybody's got their things. Because although they won't let you screenshot it, I used to get something on their phone and take a photo of it. Couldn't believe that they was lying. It's so bad. I mean, this can be our moment to, like, just take them down, change the narratives. Yeah. Take them down.
Take them down.
Like, don't make it a sad story.
No, it doesn't have to be a sad story. People deserve justice. How dare these people do this? How absolutely dare they? Waltz around like they're something amazing, whilst they are destroying absolutely destroying the lives of hundreds, if not thousands upon thousands of women with kids on universal credit without that money to lose, and they don't care. These are kids not eating. This is kids going without money. Just the idea of that, like the abstract idea of that I was thinking in the video was absolutely horrendous. But when you said to me there were women that couldn't feed the kids, uh, you feel like your insides fall out, and these people just don't care, and they're going to keep lying.
Like, and I know, like, what story they'll spin, like, as if these women had come on the earth. What are you doing putting your money in gambling? Yeah, you're dead, put in what you can afford and all this crap. No, you got people in and you drew them in, you sold them a bad story, a lie, and then you kept pushing and pushing to put more and more money in. And these poor people trusted you.
Yeah.
Like, God forbid they were nice people that put their trust in somebody that asked for it.
The thing is,
And
the thing is, even if, right, even if it were true that everybody that fell for this were just a dummy, that still doesn't mean they deserved to be scammed. Would it be okay to scam somebody with Down syndrome because, you know, they just didn't know? Do you see what I mean? There isn't a world where it's okay then. You see?
And nobody should be treated like this.
Exactly.
What they'll try to do is play the tactic of that it was people were stupid and they didn't do what they were told. Bullshit.
Yeah.
These are all just your normal day-to-day people. Like, with whatever they come with, a lot of people in our group had all different sorts of things. Like, it doesn't matter who you are. What matters is they saw you as a victim.
Yeah.
They saw you as a mean to make money.
Yeah. Let's just saw you as a cash cow. They didn't care. You were numbers in a group, and the whole group as a mass going and doing it was generating hundreds of thousands. And they saw that they didn't see individual people with lives, with kids, with needs, with bills. They just saw a mass of people generating cash for them, and they couldn't have cared less what the hell was going on for any of the people in those groups.
In fact, what they actually did was they then played victim.
Of course.
And we actually dared to speak to each other. They made up a load of lies. They said they actually told all of their followings that we were working for a trader called Pedro. You can't fucking make it up. We was working for a trader called Pedro, and the reason we was trying to recruit them into the group was to steal them into our trading groups. That's the most ridiculous,
How insane.
ever heard. I know.
How mental.
That's how much they want to protect their pile of money.
Of course. Of course. And they will after this. I mean, I've been in the past, I mean, everything. They've got police on me, every single thing that you can think that these scammers will do to protect their scam. They'll do anything. They'll pay anyone to help them. There is no, so just doing that to you, of course, defamation, attacking, harassing, anything. There is no low they won't sink to a scammer because they are evil. They're evil. What else do you call somebody who can do that to so many people?
I'm dead. The screenshots and the videos that I've got, I could literally back every single thing that come out of
They're not
today.
doing anything. They can't do anything. Everyone is allowed. You have Article 10 of the Human Rights Act, freedom of expression, freedom to impart information in the human interest, in the public interest, and that's what we're doing. And I don't believe for one single solitary second these scammers have got anything about that. A law firm who would even dare to take a scammer on to a whistleblower. Essentially, you're a whistleblower. There are laws, so you're a whistleblower now. So to anyone watching this, right, I just feel so fortunate, and I'm just so grateful to you for just telling people the truth. You know, you had no reason to come in and lie. You've told the truth. You've explained what's gone on behind the scenes, because that was the bit that was missing. I had couldn't tell anyone what was going to go on behind the scenes. I could think and imagine and whatever, but you've confirmed what was going on behind the scenes and the losses. Hundreds and hundreds of women have lost money, thousands of pounds, because they trusted, because they were just never going to do it right, and it was just losing. And this is the reality of the Vantage trading scam. Like all scams, you know, and nobody is it says more about you being a good, kind, genuine person if you were scammed than it does anything else. Shame is for the scammer, not the person, not the kind person, not the trustworthy, trusting person who trusted the wrong person. This person is not the person to be ashamed. The shame is for the scammer to feel, and the scammers alone to feel. And that's what they must feel. And when they are outed, when pictures of them are posted, they can know their pictures are posted because they're a scammer. They are detestable. They are the scum of the earth. And no amount of playing victim, crying bully, or any of the rest of the nonsense that they want to come out with is going to wash, because the truth is out. The cat is out of the bag. They've been caught and they'll keep being caught. And it doesn't matter what nonsense and lies anyone wants to say about me or about Lauren or about any of their victims. It's BS. And if anyone wants to come in defending them and talking about, ball off. Ball off. So what should I say? You're an enabler. You're an enabler. It's all you are. I do not care. I believe Lauren. I know she's not lying, and I believe those women. And that is who I care about. Nobody else. Do you have anything else that you would like to say on the matter?
I guess like the most important thing for me is just for these other people that are caught in this to know that they are not alone, and there are so many of us that also fell for it, and there's so many of us that lost money, but there's also a way forward. And thank you to you for making this connection. And oh, bless you, because that's where we was lost. That's where we missed our bridge, where we didn't have a voice, and they just hammered social media and made us like feel stupid. Well, they didn't feel stupid, but they tried to.
That's what they want. They want you to. It's the gaslighting. You're the crazy ones, obviously. You're all just crazy and bitter. Like, oh my gosh, you all just didn't do it right. Well, because you couldn't get it right. Like, we all have to suffer. Don't you know? We're all having a great time. No, it's BS.
Fake screenshot.
Fake screenshot. There's a whole cow. From the demo accounts, exactly what they're doing. Because if there were real ones, there would be all the losses, like everyone else is getting, all the actual traders.
When Kate did that, she moved on to showing a couple of losses and doing these like fake crying run that she'd lost because she realised she was losing her market. And it's just so it's so transparent.
Right.
Just it actually is comedy now. Yeah, it's comical. But I'm just grateful to you that this is going to be put out there, and people are going to see this, because how many people have to be sitting there going, "Oh, it was me. Oh, I thought it was me."
But that's why I'm so grateful to you, and I think that everyone will be just so grateful to you. So, so grateful.
So
Because honestly, I hope it encourages others. And by the way, if you are out there and this has happened to you and you want to come on here with me, you are absolutely more than welcome to. You can be anonymized. I can put a blank thing over your face. I could probably alter your voice too if you don't want to be shown. If you would like to write your story in a letter or an email or just through to my messenger, and I'll read it out for you. If you want to have a voice in this and you want to tell your story, how much you lost, you send it through to me. You can be named, you can be anonymous. It makes no difference to me. But I really want to get the information out there now, because these scammers, since my video came out, have fought like hell. They have gone on the absolute offensive. Everything is that I'm not, it's lies, it's this, is that they can't cope with it and they are escalating more. And we need to really push back now.
They did to us a while ago. What did she actually? Have you heard of the Confident with Hayley or something? Girl, when she actually said to one of us, "I hope you eat shit forever."
She seems nice.
Grown up. Stop it. Behave.
They don't. They act like 15-year-old girls. It's always everyone's jealous. Everyone's always jealous. Everyone's always bitter. They're just jealous. They're just failures in life. It's always the whole narcissistic 15-year-old girl who did not get past that maturity developmental stage, and they're still living in that, and that's how they're going to act. And they'll put a facade on, but ultimately it comes off and they start again with the like business. But like, yeah, no, so I'm so grateful to you. And that's been so amazing. And that still goes. And we're going to keep putting the information out there. I'm going to keep putting the information out there. I'm going to keep posting. I'm sure it's the Fizz Watchdog will too. And we are going to take these people down. We need to get reports to action fraud, FCA. I've got the call with Vantage. We need victims' voices willing to speak out now. Everybody needs to be made aware that this is going on now. There cannot be a single person sucked into this disgraceful trading scam any longer, destroying lives. But thank you so much for coming on, Lorna. I'm really grateful to you. You're amazing.
Thank you.
No, I mean, just to come on and tell your story like that's just so helpful. And I really am so grateful to you. I truly am. Oh,
Thank you. Thank you so much, my love.
no, you're so welcome. But anyway, see you later, guys. Bye.